Hi, this is JavaScript tutorial 1. You can read the more information on the web page. Okay, in this tutorial we will cover basic introduction to JavaScript. We will talk about variables, some basic control flows, and how to define functions. So we proceed by example. So we will write a simple number guessing game. So the game would start by the game would pick some number between 1 to 100, and then it asks you something like this: round 1, and what's your guess? And then you answer, maybe you answer 70. It will say if it's correct, then yeah, you're done. Otherwise, it give you hint like too high. You can, and then it keep asking for more. What's your guess? You may say 40. You say too low. Then round 3. What's your guess? You may say 55 and say great. That's correct. So that's the basic game that we would write in JavaScript. All right. So before we start writing, or in many times when we want to write some program, we just don't go ahead and write the program, right? We have to think a little bit about what we have to do. And since this is a new language, so you don't know many things about it. So if you think about the steps that you have to perform, it might help you figure out like what you have to learn to finally be able to write this program. So this, what are the steps? So basically, if you look at this output, so the steps that you have to perform is like this. Need to ask for the guess, right? And then you need to compare and give hint the guess and give hint, right? And if the guess is correct, then you're done. Otherwise, you have to do some loop. Okay, and that's one first step, which is like random number, right? So there are 4 steps to this. You need to be able to do these 4 things so that you can complete this program. Okay, so we will start by so this is the main part of our program. Okay, so we experiment with JavaScript. I'll give you how to do these steps and show you the code soon. Okay, now to experiment with JavaScript, you can either write the JavaScript file program in your own machine. Now, but let's do something simpler. There's a website called JSFiddle that you can write and run JavaScript on the cloud, maybe online. So the if you go to jsfiddle.net, so this is the URL, jsfiddle.net, you end up with a screen like this, and you can you can pull this thing out by using some keyboard shortcut. Now we're gonna work mainly in this panel. So you're gonna see 4 panels. So let me hide this first. You see these 4 panels: HTML, JavaScript, and this is the result. So we mainly work on JavaScript panel now. So I'll throw the other part away. How can I do that? Okay, so make sure that the JavaScript part is large. Okay, so that's all right. Okay, all right. So this is the steps. Let's start by writing some JavaScript that probably is not gonna run in the first trial. So we need to run random a number. So let's start by how to use variables. So variables in JavaScript. So let me write it first. Solution. So this is how you declare a variable. You use keyword var, and this is the with keyword var you're gonna define local variables. But this is like we don't have function anyway. But just stick with me for now. So the solution, and then how can I get a solution? So I would do something like this: random solution. So this is a function that I would figure out how to do that soon. But our steps, if you look at our steps here, so let's try to write that in JavaScript without knowing how to do so. Okay, so then I ask for the guess. Let's call it read guess. This would ask for the guess from the user, and then you need to compare the guess with the solutions. How can you compare? In JavaScript, like in Java, you have the various control flow statement. One of that is if. So you can ask if guess is equal to solution. Okay, if that's true, then what should you do? We should congratulate the user. Otherwise, we'll check if guess is less than solution. So that's, then you need to give hints, right? So give hint too low. And this is a string. Okay, you can use a string with the single quote or double quote. So if it is not too low and it is not correct, then definitely it has to be give hint too high. So that's our program. But this if you look at this is like we do that for one round. Okay, we ask question and give hint. So if you want to do this many times, so you need to add some loop. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do while loop. Okay, so and then this is while guess. I keep doing if the guess is not equal to the solution. Okay, then that's it. That's the main program for our JavaScript game. You can run it now. Okay, let's run it. It's called run. Okay, 1, 2, 3, run. And then nothing happens at all, because yeah, it's you're not going to expect this to run, right? Because these are some commands that we haven't tell JavaScript how to do, but these commands sort of like explain what we want from the program, but we haven't write it. Okay, how do I know that there's something wrong? Okay, so if you run it and you look at the console, if you use Firefox, then this is that web developer, and go to either web console here or browser console. Anything is good. Or if you have Firebug, that's good too. So let's look at that. If you look at web console, you can see this. There's some reference error. Random solution is not defined. If you use something else, if you use Chrome or IE or Safari, there's a place you can look at that. In the note, in the online note, I'll give you how. Okay, so we haven't defined this. Okay, so let's define.